Plastic pollution has been one of the biggest problems, not just in America, but in the whole world. Plastic pollution in America alone had been going on since early 1970s. Scientists that had been carrying out plankton studies are the ones who noticed plastic pollution in the late 1960s, but did not start until early 1970s. In California, people throw away 123,000 tons of plastic bags each year, and too many of them end up as a litter in our ocean. It is such a big problem in California that they have made a referendum, which is Proposition 67, to ban single use of plastic bag, which caused a debate whether this proposition should pass or not. If this Proposition 67 pass, this will cause California residents to pay 10 cents each for reusable plastic that are thicker than single-use plastics to any grocery store that they go. John Barrier, who is a spokesperson of the American Progressive Bag Alliance, believes that Proposition 67 should not be passed because since it will cause California citizens to pay extra 10 cents to each bag, which he believes is a scam, and that none of them goes toward anything that public people could benefit from. John Barrier also believes that passing Proposition 67 it could lead into thousands of people to lose their job. In other words, by having single-use plastic bag creates more jobs on people that needs it. However, Surfrider Foundation, a non-profit environmental organization that works to protect not only in California but also in the world's ocean, beaches, and waves, specifically in California, Surfrider Foundation runs a campaign throughout beaches like in San Diego. Surfrider Foundation claims that Proposition 67 should be passed because plastic pollution affects us human beings in so many ways. As you guys can see in this picture, plastic could affect our health in 3 ways: through soil, air, and water. One way that plastic pollution could affect us is by our soil ecosystem. Surfrider Foundation believes that plastic pollution makes an impact in our soil ecosystem. How, you may ask? Plastic breaks down in thousands of chemicals and particles that could pollute our soil ecosystem. Polluted land that we use to grow crops like vegetables or fruits could lead us to have food poisoning and stomach ache by consuming them. Another way that plastic could impact our health is through water. Surfrider Foundation believes this is one of the reasons that Proposition 67 should be passed. By having so many plastic in our ocean, this could lead into particles that could go through the water we drink and also by the food we eat, like fish. People consuming such polluted water for a longer period of time can become the victim of cholera, typhoid fever, and complete liver dysfunction. In spite of that, plastic pollution does not only affect us human beings, it also affects innocent animals. Surfrider Foundation claims that plastic pollution affects innocent animals to be endangered, like sea turtles. Not only sea turtles, but at least 267 types of animal species have suffered from plastics, either by consuming them or getting entangled. According to the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, plastic debris kills an estimated 100,000 marine mammals annually, as well as millions of birds and fishes. Marine debris is a man-made waste that is directly or indirectly disposed of in our ocean, beaches, and other waterways. Marine debris does not impact our ocean and beaches in California and America alone, but it is a global pollution problem that impacts human health and safety, endangers wildlife and aquatic habitats, and costs local and national economies millions in wasted resources and lost revenues. As you can see in this picture, sea turtles are the one most affected, which is 86% compared to 23% of sea lions and 36% of seabirds. In other words, Proposition 67 should be passed because Surfrider Foundation believes passing it would lessen the plastic that is in the ocean that impacts innocent animals. Surfrider Foundation is seeing what caused the issue to form and rise up. They believe is how many animals like turtles or whales are dying from consuming plastic, which does not break down for years. Normally, plastic items can take up to 1,000 years to decompose in landfills, but plastic bags we use in our everyday life takes to 10,000 to 1,000 years to decompose, while plastic bottles can take to 450 years or more. Plastic bags are petroleum-based and do not biodegrade, and that is why sea turtles are more affected, because sea turtles and other marine creatures mistake plastics and other garbage as food, such as jellyfish, and ingest it. This mistake causes blockage within their digestive system and eventual death. In other words, my claim believes that plastic pollution really affects animals to be endangered. Animals like turtles would not know the difference of plastic and jellyfish, which is why they eat and consume plastic from time to time and cause them to die slowly. Therefore, Surfrider Foundation claims that what they're doing, which they call beach cleanup, where public people volunteers to help them clean up beaches that are affected by plastic pollution. By doing this, Surfrider Foundation believes that this lessens up the problem of having so many plastic in the ocean or beaches. As of now, in 2019, Surfrider Foundation have taken out 49,316 pounds of plastic on beaches and ocean. They have made 89 successful beach cleanups, where 8,139 have volunteered to help the foundation to clean up ocean and beaches. In other words, my claim is saying that passing Proposition 67 would help Surfrider Foundation to lessen the plastic pollution that we have. Doing beach cleanups, of course, does not cause plastic pollution to disappear, but it helps lessen them up and be able to save innocent animals and us, human beings. The Surfrider Foundation claimed that passing Proposition 67 could help solve the issue, and we just need time for public people to not use plastic bag and be able to use reusable bag. This could help our environment to look clean and for ocean innocent animals to not be endangered. As this picture said, there are 22,000 single-use of plastic bags that a person used over his or her lifetime, and this equals to one reusable bag. So as a result, one person who used one reusable bag could remove 22,000 plastic bags out of our ocean, beaches, and especially our environment. In other words, my claim is saying that if Proposition 67 passed, reusable bag is one thing that we can be able to use other than plastic bags. Reusable bag could help us eliminate plastic pollution, and it will also help our environment.
Stop using single-use plastics. Literally, just next time you go to a restaurant, drink directly from the glass. If you really need a straw or are a person with a disability who uses a straw, you can use a straw alternative. Some popular options include reusable paper, silicone, or metal straws. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, but there are options. Bring Tupperware and reusable utensils to work, use reusable bags for your groceries, and get a reusable water bottle. This stuff will actually save you money, and at the very most, it would only add a few minutes of dishwashing to your day. The impact of what you can do is real, and we need it to be real. Plastic has been found in more than 60% of all seabirds and 100% of sea turtle species that mistake plastic as food, and those detrimental effects quickly find their way back to humans. People who eat seafood end up consuming up to 11,000 tiny pieces of plastic each year, and that's only the ocean. That doesn't talk about anything that's happening in your own backyard on land.